Boy, what an exciting day in Loudoun County. You know, Bob, there are groundbreakings, and then there are groundbreakings. And to see so many people here for this fantastic event, and I cannot wait. I tell you, I cannot wait until next year when we can all sit back and hear those words, play ball. You know, there were a lot of skeptics that this would not come to fruition, that we would not be here today. It took a lot of effort, and I want to thank you, Bob, and your team, but I want to thank you for your dream, a dream to have a field so that we could have a field of dreams. And just think of all the kids in our community that will enjoy coming to a baseball game to see the Hounds, or a soccer game to see the Virginia Cavalry. And I think back many, many, many years ago when my father took us to what was my first professional baseball game to view at Candlestick Park to watch Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, and Bobby Bonds play. What a special moment in my life. So I can think of all the special moments that will be created here when this stadium is open for playing ball. So I just want to thank first my colleagues for their support in this project, from Supervisor Williams, who once joined with me in making things happen when the necessity came to move this stadium, and to my colleagues who were in support the day that the vote came forward. And Bob, again, I want to thank you and your team for doing this, because without your dream we would not be here today. And this one project alone does an awful lot to help us to truly be a community where our folks can not only just come and work, but we can stay actually in our county for some very important sporting entertainment. And so with that, again, thank you everybody, and thank you for coming. Go Hounds, go Cavalry, and hopefully we'll have the World Series team here of the Atlantic League, right?
One other supervisor who I didn't mention is Supervisor Shawn Williams, who represents the district that we're in. Shawn, as Chairman York said, it was tireless in his efforts to find the right way for us to get here today. And without him, we wouldn't be putting a shovel in the ground. So, Supervisor Shawn Williams.
Thank you, David. Welcome to the Broad Run District. What a beautiful day to come out here and break ground for baseball. We're all very excited. I know my colleagues on the board are. I first of all want to thank Chairman Scott York for his leadership throughout this process. There's been bumps and bruises, and I know Bob and his organization at VIP have lived it. We've had a move, we've had issues, we've had neighbors' concerns. We've worked through a lot. And thank you very much for your leadership, Chairman York, as we've worked through those issues. And thank you, Bob, for the VIP organization and yourself and your term and your team. There's also a lot of folks to thank. My planning commissioner, Mr. Jack Ryan, is here. He was the one that was working with VIP and trying to address the community concerns. They are neighbors here in the Potomac Green community and the Ashburn community, and we work through a process where we address their concerns about noise and traffic and other issues, and thank you very much for your efforts there. I'd also like to recognize the folks at One Loudoun, Mr. Bill May and his organization for being host to the Hounds and really allowing this to happen. Thank you, Mr. May. We have had to work through a lot, and we're very excited to allow this to happen. This will allow folks like myself who have young families, and other folks that just are fans of professional soccer and professional baseball, to have a place to go here in Loudoun. You won't have to go to Washington, D.C. to see the Nationals play, although you still can do that. Please support the Nationals. Yeah, I'm looking over here at the Cavalry and the Hounds out there in the flesh, and that's great symbolism, Bob. Good touch. And so we're very much excited. I know for me, speaking personally, I get the dream. I understand the dream. I grew up playing baseball with my friends in the neighborhood with my grandfather. It's one of the finest memories I have, and I understand that the nostalgia and the magic that comes from baseball and that dream, and I get it. And I think all of us do, and I think that's why you have such strong support from the community and from everyone for your dream, and thanks for allowing it to happen, sir.
Next up is Delegate Tag Greason. He is a representative of the 32nd District, the pleasure of which One Loudoun in the ballpark is located in. Delegate Greason.
Thank you all very much. It's great to be here with you this morning. What a beautiful day. I had a vision of it being 90 degrees and sweating, and Bob, you did everything, and your dream actually brought this beautiful day as well, so I appreciate that. At the state level, we do a little bit to help this become a reality. As you heard from our supervisors and the leadership from Shawn and Scott, the leadership from Bob Farron and others, we at the state level sat back and were ready at any moment to help, either with financing or with the scheme. And I worked with Bob on a number of different potential plans to try to make this a reality. And at every turn, Bob had already figured it out. He already knew what he needed to do. At every issue, he had 2 or 3 options that he could go down. He never was single-threaded throughout this entire project. I can go this direction, I can go that direction. And that gave me the confidence that this dream was going to become a reality. At the state level, we think about the baseball, the dream, the kids. I've got a baseball player who's 13, I've got a lacrosse player who's 10, and a soccer player who's 8, and they cannot wait to be here next year. But from my perspective, this also creates a number of jobs for our community. You're going to have a destination here where kids and families and parents are going to come and spend the entire day here at Loudoun 1. They're going to go to the movies, they're going to go to shop, they're going to have lunch, they're going to be at the ball field. This to me is the absolute pinnacle of what we should be doing here in the county in creating an environment where people can come and stay and be here in Loudoun enjoying the amenities that we've created and that you all have created. And every single one of you here has been part of that. And I can't thank you enough for what you've done for our environment, for our community, for Loudoun, and for Virginia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Delegate Greason. And while we are embarking on our dream of building this ballpark, the gentleman whose project we're standing in, who's allowing us to be here, our partner in all of this, I'd like to introduce Bill May from Miller & Smith.